So, Earl, here we are. 10 questions in 10 minutes. Let's go with the first one. When someone asks you, what do? What do you answer?
Currently, I'm working at Costco, and that's the job that pays the bills. My passion is before the cruise. So after working the 8-hour days, uh, when most people are sleeping, I'm working on my before the cruise, trying to work on my passion.
That's a good one. So, the second question, which is probably key to any entrepreneur, what is your definition of success?
My definition of success, it might come a little different than maybe some other people, but it might come a little morbid as well. Uh, my definition of success is actually when I'm not here. Uh, uh, I want to leave this earth a little bit better. I want to leave my mark. That will be my true statement of success when maybe I got enough success and built up enough money to buy a park where kids can play, or maybe a foundation of some sort, and something that when they say Earl Hjertstedt created this, whatever it is, that is actually my biggest, that's why I want to be an entrepreneur. That's why I want to make my success. It's actually when I'm not here to make my mark.
Pretty cool. When we had a chat before, drinking a beer and smoking a cigar, we spoke about your previous entrepreneurs, like experiments. So, what do you think that in a successful business, proportionally, how much does the idea matter, or it's important functionally for the success of a business?
The idea, it's a good start. It's uh, it's definitely a good start. I mean, uh, I get tons of ideas all day long, uh, but the best idea is when you can actually put it through motion, uh, get, have it proven through other people's minds. If they see that your vision and they want to buy into it, you have an idea. It has to solve a problem. It has to,
In percentage-wise, out of 100%, how much does the idea count in a successful business?
Mm-hmm.
How much? 10%, 20%? What's your call?
Say it again.
In percentage, how much does the idea count in a successful business?
I mean, the idea, most people think, that the idea could be like 50% of the business, but I would say, it was for me in the beginning. I would say, it's the idea, it's very important. But then it starts dwindling down, dwindling down. Business is so hard, and people don't understand that. And the ideas can be so good, and so the idea actually starts dwindling down to maybe even 10%, and then the rest of it is just the hustle. It's the getting out there. It's getting people's feedback, and then falling down and falling down and falling down, and and that's the fun part of it too. So I love it, and that's, if you can't fall down, you know.
So your call is between 5 and 10%.
Yeah.
5 and 10% for the idea. Yeah.
10%.
So next question: what advice would you give to those who want to turn an idea into a business and they haven't made the first step yet? What would be your recommendation or suggestion?
First step, tell people, get it out there. Uh, uh, Make sure it's your passion. Make sure it's something you really believe in, or you love to do. Maybe something that you don't even call it a business. Just call it something that you do. And then just keep on doing it. And then eventually, if it becomes into a business, great. If not, it wasn't meant to be.
So This is a question I love. What was the best advice you were ever been given?
Best advice?
You were given ever.
Best advice to for
Business wise, always
business
business wise.
advice? Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, it was actually it came from someone that it was like a mentor to me, and the hardest thing was getting rid of the virus. The virus being a person maybe, or just something that would slow you down. Some of those viruses you just keep on and keep on, and you kind of repeat doing, and you're like, no, it's fine. It's this is the way I'm going to do it, and they never change. You never change. Just a virus. So uh, when there's viruses and people tell you that maybe this person is slowing you down, unfortunately, take the step, get rid of the person, get rid of the virus, and you'll see a better outcome.
That's a good one, actually. So, Earl, what was the biggest mistake you made and why?
Keeping viruses.
That is so true, ain't it?
Yeah,
Negative
no,
people. Yeah.
yeah. The biggest problem, yeah, keeping viruses.
Yeah. Well,
Really, seriously, like maybe repeating things way too much, even when outside sources, like even my wife or something like that says, family, you should do this way. And I don't know, I'm fine. You can't know everything, and listening to people is crucial. It's better than listening to yourself sometimes, a lot of times. So.
cool. So, what did you learn from that experience? Did you actually, from learning that say mistake, what did you learn?
Um, so yeah, so the learning process is after I and we're talking about the viruses and stuff like that. After it all was said and done, sorry, my son. After it's said and done, my business would get better, and I was just like amazed. I was like, wow, I should have been doing these things. Uh, I should have been doing these things a long time ago, just because I had maybe a connection and I thought this person was doing good. And then as soon as I it was really hard the first couple times. But after, if it's not a good fit, you let them go. And all of a sudden, uh, the worst things that happen and that you think are the worst things afterwards, it's like a blessing, and things will get better, and it does get better. And a lot of people, and my biggest thing now, actually, I have to tell you this, is that, like, with my business with before the cruise, I tell my business partner, we want to find these viruses, we want to find bad things, we want to experience these bad things, I want bad things to come. And I was like, he's like, no, that's crazy, why would you want bad things to come? I was like, if they're there and we don't see them, we need to see them. We need to get rid of them. We want bad things to happen. And every time a bad thing happens, something 10 times better comes afterwards. Always, always, 100%. I've never had a bad thing happen and then it continues just to be bad. I mean, it always gets better.
Cool. It's a good message. So, going back to when you at the earlier, at the younger Earl, what advice would you give to someone who wants to give up their day job and start their career as an entrepreneur?
Um, find out that you are an entrepreneur. I I mean, I was always soul searching, trying to figure out who I am. I kind of did some of the things that my dad did, and follow things, but all along I had this entrepreneur in me, and I really didn't know it. And once I started going down the path of, I mean, I wish someone might have nudged me and said, "Hey, dude, you might be an entrepreneur." And in these days, a lot of people are getting nudged. I don't think I got it nudged. And then as soon as I found out, hey, maybe I am an entrepreneur, it just started flowing through me. I'm like, yes, this is what I do. I'm really good at it. I can take zero money and start a business.
So, you would tell to
And it's
yourself,
tempting.
start earlier. That would be the message to young
Yeah,
Earl.
stop going to stupid things, like like save some of your money that you actually are making, yeah, and put it towards things that are definitely gonna benefit you in the future. A lot of stuff is smoke and mirrors. Trying to impress people. It never paid off.
So this is a tough question because a lot of us, really a lot of people, me included, you had to start from zero. What would be the first thing you would do if you would start from zero again?
Um, uh, Build a circle of people around me. Always, uh, that's so key. Uh, Building that entrepreneur. Get people on your team. Circle people around you. Uh, don't just jump off and do it on your own. I mean, you you, you need people. Yeah. I mean, in the
So the
beginning,
first
I
thing
might
would be
start something, and it's just not going to work by yourself. You have to have more. The more people circling your idea, the better.
that's a good one. So I'm not sure you do have a new idea, but I'll
New
ask you
idea.
anyway.
How many
What's your
new
next
ideas do
idea
I
to
have?
turn into a business?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. My new ideas. I got ideas, and my wife tells me enough with the ideas. Enough with the ideas. I'm like, I have actually like a little notebook, and so I just put them down in there, and they just and I could go back in there, and after succeeding, and to be honest, my mind is nonstop with this before the cruise. I mean, I cannot think of any other business right now but before the cruise. But if I was to pull out of my notebook any of the business ideas I would do, um, that would be tough. There's probably two big ones, uh, but the passion. I love wine, and if I was going to dream a little bit, I'd love to be more around wine and an entrepreneur down that direction with wine and learn it and do it, and that would be a dream of mine.
Well,
Um,
here in Italy we have a lot of options. So
that'd be a lot of dreaming. Yeah.
whenever you want, you come over,
Yeah.
we will go and do some wine tasting, so
Oh.
we can work on your next idea to
Oh
turn
my
into a
God. Yeah.
business. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Hey,
But I'll let you know in this one. It's really quick, and if someone builds it, that'd be fantastic. Uh, uh, Everybody has a nice car, right?
yeah.
And well, it's not everybody, but the ones that have it and they want to keep those cars really nice. It's hard to park in a place where someone's not going to be next to your nice car. Uh, I thought of an idea where something very easy, very functional that you can put on your car. Let's say it could be a magnet, whatever. But once you put it on there, I have it all drawn out and it's all done. But basically, just like a mattress blows up, uh, 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 this thing would blow up as well and protect your car. So it would be almost like buoys, and I call it a car buoy. So then now you have a Corvette, and anybody from the right, from the back, from the left, it doesn't matter. They slam their doors, it hits the buoy. Just like a boat hits a dock, it hits the buoy. It doesn't damage the boat. So there needs to be something that protects the vehicle while you park. So
You gotta
that,
make a small one also for me because I drive a smart car, which is
yeah,
crazy for an American
yeah.
to hear that a big guy
Every
like you drives a
every car
smart.
fits every car, yeah,
All right,
and
I'll buy
keeps
one.
the scent out. Yeah,
I'll buy
I would
one.
love that one.
All right, Earl. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the weekend. Huh?
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.